Oh, ho, ho, ho. I bet y'all get tired of me hearing me do that. Alright. Buddy of mine, Crypt Killer, was playing with me earlier today, and he goes, why don't you try to make matches or get videos of what weapon you prefer to use on what map and why? Maybe perks, build-ups, so on, etc. And I got to thinking about it. It doesn't matter what weapon you use. It seriously doesn't. It's all about the way you play. It's kind of like you could be a strong guy in football, but if your stance is unbalanced and weak, you're still going to get pushed over by the smaller man. Same thing in fighting or anything of that nature. So I went out and got a video to prove my point. This right here basically goes to show you that no matter how good of a rusher you are, no matter how, strong of a player you might be, camping wins. A mediocre camper beats a fantastic rusher. And I tee off on him with the old Colt 1911 military police special. But on the flip side, if you really do want my advice or me to make videos on what kind of maps and what kind of weapons to use on what maps, if you're tired of using submachine gun only, because the submachine gun MP40 can be used on every map effectively. I mean, you can have your cake and eat it too. Let me know. And comment. I mean, I love reading comments. It's one of the things I love doing about this channel. I mean, please comment. Feel free to drop me a message too. I answer every private you send me, and I will generally get back to you in a timely fashion. Let's see what we're going to talk about here. Oh man, look at that kid. The key of it is basically just knowing where your enemies are. This goes back to the awareness factor. I see. I'm basically funneling them now. Like I said, my flawless video with the Type 99. Everything is about funneling or channeling your enemies. There's only so many routes they can take, and once you learn the routes and what's the most popular route, they're most likely going to take that route over other things. For example, when you play in Search and Destroy on Roundhouse, you know there's always going to be a sniper or a machine gunner that's going to run up on the overturned coal car. It's just always going to happen. People just do things by instinct, especially a game like this is based off reflex. They're going to do it because it's the first thing that pops in their head. I mean, if you know that, you should know the counter to it. Everything has a counter. Every camping spot has a counter. Another example, like on Macon, if you play Search and Destroy, any people like to snipe going down the alleyway outside the hut of C. Snipe down it. You can actually snipe them back from inside the hut on the left window if you crouch. And they'll never see you because all you can see is their lower body. They don't wear a jug. Most snipers don't. You can shoot them in the stomach for a one-hit kill and they can't do nothing about it. It's a game of paper, rock, scissors. I mean, everything can be countered. You just got to find a counter to it. Oh, another thing I want to touch on while I'm sitting here thinking about it. Accuracy on sniper rifles. It's bullshit. I mean, yes, it's probably put in the game, and yes, it probably had good intentions, but the way the game is set up, accuracy does not mean a damn thing. The only thing accuracy means is how much kick the scope has on it. For example, the PTRS has about half accuracy. Well, it has a large amount of kick. Car 98 has good accuracy, a little bit of kick. Springfield, good accuracy, a little bit of kick. Arasaka and most Nagant, a lot lower accuracy, a lot more kick. That's about all it represents on this game. The PTRS is going to go where you point it at. The most Nagant is going to go where you point it at. The only thing difference is how much kickback the scope is going to give you. That's it. That's the same with Call of Duty 4. Has nothing to do with any of the guns that you play with. I mean, a good example would be the Scorpion off Call of Duty 4. You put a suppressor on it, its range is minuscule. But guess what? You can still snipe people with it. because of its low recoil rate, because it has really high accuracy. I mean, accuracy is all recoil, even with the sniper rifles. That's all it is. That's pretty much. So another thing I want to say, another thing to talk about sniper, since it is bolt action Bonanza week. And this video does fit into bolt action Bonanza. A sniper's best friend is his pistol, and you should learn to be really good with your pistol. A pistol will beat a no scoper 90% of the time. 10% being that luck factor where he actually hits you with his no scope. Because there is no proven method to no scope. I don't care how many vids Grizz puts up there. I don't care what you say. I mean, if you subscribe to like Hutch's Your Daddy, he even has a video up showing him, you know, taking him 15 to 16 attempts at the G shot. And, you know, it still fucking misses. Your pistol will kill something a lot faster than a no scope. I mean, there are times where a no scope would be acceptable, but that's like if somebody catches you off guard and you don't have time to switch to your pistol, then you fire. That's about the only time you should no scope, other than novelty. I mean, but a lot of kids do like the novelty. They like the setup. Like, I got invited to a friend of mine to a sniper lobby. That's the most boring thing I've ever been in my life. I mean, what is the point of watching people consistently run down the tunnels of Showdown and get happy because they get a collateral? Of course you're gonna get a fucking collateral, dude. You're shooting in a tunnel, you know, 3 foot wide with like 4 people in it. I mean, there's no skill involved in that. It's just, hard scoping is something you should do and you should get good at. I'd actually even throw out quick scoping as well, because I mean, JD 2020 said it himself on his Twitter. You know, they're trying to get rid of the run and gun sniper. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to pick your sniper up, run around. For example, like the M107, that thing weighs over 25 pounds. I think it weighs like 34 pounds or something like of that nature. You're not going to run around with it, and you're hell of a not. You sure as hell not going to fucking shoot from the hip with it or throw it up on your shoulder after running around. I mean, I guess you could throw the same arg out there for the Browning, which weighs like 42 pounds or 26 kg, whatever the difference is. I mean, but the people on these games are superhuman, I'm guessing, because you break your wrist shooting a Desert Eagle as fast as some of these people can do it. Yeah. It's all about the way you play. The defensive style will beat the aggressive style every time. Every game, every scenario. You want even more proof? Go watch the movie 300. They're playing a defensive style versus an aggressive style. And what is it, 300 men take the whole Metro Persian army? Yeah. Or you could look at it like this. Say you and a guy play basketball. Alright? Say the guy you're playing basketball against is 7'4", while you're like 5'11", 6'1", somewhere around that nature. You're like, man, you fucked, right? Alright, say this. Say that man at 7'4" is in a wheelchair. Alright, you have the advantage now. Plain and simple. If you take the advantage away from somebody, you're going to beat them. That's the whole goal in the game. That's how you should play your game. Be it shotgun, sniper rifle, machine gun, whatever. Take the advantage away from the people. Unlimited UAV signing off.